another exciting edition of the Brain Ladle Trivia Podcast. I am your MC Davo. With me today we have Kells.
Good morning, my neighbors.
We have Andy.
Hello, Ladle Brainers.
We have Twy.
It's a me.
And we have the Sensei Neil.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Game 4 of the Brain Ladle Games Tournament, given to us by our friend Lee. She wrote all the questions, and they're awesome.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Lee.
So just a recap on the scores. Let's see. We're totaling the scores from each of the games. So far, Andy has 551 points. Twy has 630. Kells has 698. And somehow Davo is in the lead with 756. That sounded kind of negative, didn't it, Davo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm fine. I mean,
Yeah.
it's okay.
I'm you're used to it.
Everybody who listens to the show is used to it, so it's all good.
You are 200 points, over 200 points ahead of Andy.
Yeah, I'm
That's
used
great.
to that.
Yeah. You're used to being shellacked by Davo?
I have been in a rut now for about 3 months. It's
Yeah.
killing me.
Well, the way the game works is each week we have a theme, and within that theme, we have 6 categories of 4 questions each. Each question is worth 10 points with a few bonus points thrown in here and there, and then a final, which is worth up to 100 points. And today's theme is metals or metals.
Metals.
Yeah. Since we're kind of going with the Olympic themes, we're going with metals or metal, as in bronze, silver, gold. You get it.
I get it.
So because this is the Brain Little Games tournament, each episode, each game, each player gets the opportunity to play the East German judge and remove someone's points after they've answered the question. The only catch is they have to give me a reason. It doesn't have to be a good reason, but I do need a reason. And if it makes me laugh.
They are always good reasons. Good and valid.
All right. Category 1 in the Brain Little Games episode 4 is literature.
Literature.
That's like books, Dava.
I know what literature is.
Question 1. What book, which has an alloy of carbon and iron in its title, won the Pulitzer Prize in 1998 for general nonfiction?
I know what the alloy is, but
I think I got that part too, but
I'm locked in. This is going great already.
it's the first question.
You just want your brain to you want to start on the right foot. You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah, I mean this ain't it, but it's got
No.
what I think is the title.
I'll give you an easy mode for half points.
Yes,
Please.
please.
Easy.
Yeah, well, I'll take easy.
Do
one.
not tell us what the alloy is, because I think we all got it. Make it a real easy mode.
Well, I don't know if it's a real easy mode, but I will tell you that the name of the author is also a form of carbon.
Susan Graphite.
You know what? Give all the points to him. That was the best possible
I
answer.
love Graphite's work.
Mm-hmm.
Locked in.
I'm locked in. I just doubt everything now. I don't even know if I have the alloy.
I'll lock in with the wrong answer.
I'm locked in.
Kels, what's your answer?
Steel Magnolias.
Deva?
Remington Steele, The Untold Story.
Andy?
Steel, the Arthur Ashe story.
And Twy.
Buttons of steel.
Ooh.
I'm like,
The
oh,
job of a
that's
chimney
so
sweep
bad.
comes with a great deal of responsibility.
So the author is Jared Diamond. Does that ring
Oh.
any bells?
No,
Nope.
but
No.
I get the diamond part with carbon.
Yeah. Guns, Germs, and Steel.
Oh, so I thought of that. That was the first book I thought of, but I thought there'd be something else. Oh, no, never mind.
Okay.
I've never heard of that.
It's a history book that has some dubious claims, but for the most part, it's pretty good.
It's probably on Andy's bookshelf.
It is.
It's probably open.
It is directly. I
Andy's.
can tell you without even looking. It's directly behind me on my top shelf because I have my history books chronological.
They forgot a little bit.
That's a
Is it
Lazy
chronological
Sunday for
from
Andy.
beginning or from the end? Or is it like an average?
yeah. It goes
Oh,
from papyrus
average.
to printed.
He's got some scrolls.
No, no. The topic, the date topic.
Because like
It
the
doesn't
subtitle
matter.
of this book is a short history of everybody for the last 13,000 years.
Right. So those
So-
books either go at the very beginning or the very end.
Right.
Hmm.
Wow, that's a really confusing system.
I'm-
I would just I would just go alphabetical myself, but what do I
No.
know?
Because that way all my World War II books are together, all the Civil War stuff's together, all my FDR stuff's together.
All my FDR stuff.
all yeah.
Well, there's
Andy McBride, pure sexy. all by
oozing.
FDRs. Hey, baby, you want to see my FDR etchings?
I mean, I'd get a lot more turned on by seeing somebody's D&D books alphabetized than
Hell
someone's
yes.
somebody's FDR books.
Alphabetized and then sorted by edition. That's what I'm
wow.
talking about.
All right. Hey, we're already ready for question 2.
Hot damn.
By the Shores of Silver Lake is the 5th in an autobiographical series by what author?
Mm,
Huh.
Shores of Silver.
Fifth, did you say? He wrote 4 other books about himself. All right, I'm just gonna put this. This is what popped in my head.
Oh,
I don't know why.
mm,
locked in.
Locked in.
Locked in.
locked in.
Okay. We'll start with Davo.
Oppenheimer.
Andy?
Jason. From Friday the
That's
13th.
Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I had that all mixed up.
Twy?
Captain Crunch.
Whoa.
Ooh.
He's an ocean-faring ship captain.
So that's only the 5th book. You
Well,
can start in the lakes: Lake Ticonderoga,
Okay,
Silver
right.
Lake.
That's right. That's right.
Kels?
I think it's Wilder.
Correct answer is Laura Ingalls Wilder.
Oh,
Oh, Little House on the Prairie.
that
That's the
makes
one.
sense. I like Jason, though.
Question 3. What is the title of the novel by Charles Dickens that follows a young man on his journey from an unhappy childhood to a successful novelist?
Locked in.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Locked in.
All right, let's start with Andy.
Great Expectations.
Why?
David Copperfield.
Kels?
Nicholas Nickleby.
Davo?
David Copperfield.
Correct answer is David Copperfield.
Yeah. As soon as I heard that, I knew I was wrong. I wasn't comfortable with that answer.
And finally, question 4. Who wrote The Lord of the Flies?
Locked in.
Locked in.
Crap, I don't think I know that.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Twy?
Golding.
Kels?
William Golding.
Davo?
Phil Bronze.
And Andy.
Come on down to Phil Bronze for all your tanning needs. No, to give me a minute. I like that.
Pass the tanning butter here at Phil Bronze.
I suppose if your name is Phil Bronze, you had no choice. William Golding is my answer.
Correct answer is William Golding.
We have our Corinthian leather setting on our tanning bed 5000.
All right. At the end of category 1, Davo and Andy have 10. Kels and Twy
10.
have 20.
10.
I guess it's anybody's game.
Oh, yeah.
Category 2 is movies.
Movies. I like movies.
Question 1. What James Bond movie was the first to feature Pierce Brosnan as the fictional spy?
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
Locked in.
I'm locked in.
Let's start with Devo.
GoldenEye.
Andy.
GoldenEye.
Twy.
I picked the right one, GoldenEye.
Kels.
GoldenEye.
It is, in fact, GoldenEye.
You know how I remembered that?
Because I do that.
No, the N64 game.
Because it's one of the greatest games ever.
Mm.
That was a good game.
It was a good game.
Question 2. Name the 2 actors who played the Tin Man in the 1939 Wizard of Oz movie and the 1978 movie The Wiz.
Oh,
For 5 points each.
one of them was Robert Downey Jr. No, it's not.
And the other one was Robert Downey Jr. because he has to be in them.
Turns out he's.
I know.
got one for sure.
I know one.
I bet I know which one you know.
Oh, locked in.
Oh my! I'm not gonna tell you what I just wrote. Locked in.
I know what you wrote. I know what you wrote. I know exactly what you wrote. Because I had to stop myself from right there.
Wendy and I just
Huh.
rewatched The Wiz the other day.
He was on. God, what the hell was that guy's name? Shit. Because he's on game shows all the time. And he does
Keep my
little
mouth shut.
rhyming things.
He did
No,
the right
wait.
thing.
Wait. It's the other guy.
I'm so confused.
Other guy.
I don't know
Frank
who you're
Sinatra?
thinking
So
about.
is Davo, because I don't know who he's thinking about, Dale.
Okay, I
I really hope you do.
What is happening?
what?
Yeah.
I can't
So-
wait.
What was
I'm terrified it's what it could be now.
not Buddy Hackett, but Buddy Epson, but he nearly died from silver toxicity. It's Bert something.
He's finding
Bart
it.
Starr. He can do anything.
Bart Star, you prick. It's Bert.
Lancaster.
Yeah. Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds.
Oh, okay.
And
You all
Ernest.
Bert and Ernie?
suck. You all suck. It
Burt
was
Wonderstone.
Alan.
Alan Funk?
No.
There was a 1996 concert tour version of The Wiz that starred as Eveline, Grace Jones. And now I want to
Whoa.
know why Grace Jones was not in the movie.
Yeah.
As
What was her? What was it?
Because I don't think they wanted to terrify children. There was something terrifying about Grace Jones.
All right, I'm locked in.
All right. Well, let's start with Andy.
Buddy Epson. Now Dave will kind of talk me out of that, but that's what I had on my paper. And Nipsey Russell.
Twy.
Okay, so I had Nipsey, and I started writing Hus. Wait, that's not right.
Yep.
For Nipsey Russell, but it's Nipsey Russell.
You were right, Davo. You were right there in the red zone.
Kels.
And I pivoted real hard.
Game show, rhymes.
Nipsey Russell. And I didn't know the other guy.
And Dale.
I couldn't remember Nipsey Russell's name. I seem to remember Ben Vereen in that movie, but I think he was the lion.
Yes, he was.
So I'm totally wrong.
No, he was the Wiz.
No,
Was
that
he?
was
Who was it?
Richard
Richard
Pryor was the
Pryor.
Wiz.
Richard Pryor's the Wiz, right?
The lion was Ted Ross.
And what
Oh.
is?
I don't think.
I don't know if Ben Vereen was.
I don't
Why
think
do I,
Ben
why do I
Vereen
have
was
a
in
memory
that.
of him in?
Oh, I didn't write Ben Vereen. I wrote Wolverine.
There you
Hugh
go.
Jackman.
He's been in everything. He's so talented.
Oh, I so want to see that movie. I'm ready.
Whoa.
So the correct answers are indeed Nipsey Russell was in The Wiz. The Wizard of Oz had Jack Haley as
Son I know
the Tin
that.
Man.
Man. Ian's watched that movie 7 million times.
Okay.
Question 3 is a movie tri-bond. I'll give you 3 actors. Tell me the movie. Matthew Modine, Vincent D'Onofrio, and R. Lee Ermey.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Oh, I know what we're talking about.
I'm going to punt because I don't know who any of these people are.
You would if you saw them.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of them was famously taken over by a giant cockroach in the movie.
Oh.
Some of the best acting I've ever seen on screen. I love him so much in that movie.
Or like an egg or soup.
You're not helping me. I'm going to have to punt. I'm just drawing a blank.
You're going to hate yourself.
Yeah, you
There it is. No, wait a minute.
You punted. The ball's in the air.
No, you can unpunt. You can unpunt.
I see. Can you defy the laws of physics? The ball's in the air, man.
jumped up
They
in
were
the
getting
air.
ready to line up.
Quick
I am
timeout.
locked in. I was
You can do an
ready to
audible.
give up.
So that actually reminds me, I have a question from a listener, gentleman named Eugene. He says, longtime listener, my question, since you do not penalize for wrong answers, is there any particular upside to punting, or is it just to avoid the ignominy of giving an embarrassing answer?
Yes.
And the answer to your question is the latter.
Yeah.
If you can't think of a funny answer to kind of save face, you can punt. But we just it's kind of an informal rule, but we do enforce it that you can only punt once per game, and every other time you have to make up some kind of answer. You can't.
For me,
just
it's when you
pass.
just draw a blank. You just totally, your brain goes tilt.
It gives your brain a chance to move on to the next question and not worry about it. So there is a function to it. Thanks for the question, Eugene.
Yeah.
Yes.
I probably will have already responded to you by the time you hear this, but I just remembered that you sent that question a few days ago. All right, so I think we are starting with Twy.
Now Ray Guy comes in for his first punt of the day. Kick is away. There's a high twisting hang time spiral.
Yeah.
Kels,
Full Metal Jacket.
Deva,
A goddamn jelly donut private pile. It's a Full Metal Jacket.
Andy.
Full Metal Jacket.
It is
What's
the
that in your foot locker?
Jelly donut.
Oh, goddamn jelly donut.
Heard of the movie, never seen it.
It
I
will
don't
make
have
you
to watch
feel
the whole
icky.
movie.
Yeah. I
I'd like to
haven't
say
seen
the
it
tale
in a
of two
very long
movies.
time. Yeah.
Long time.
The first movie's great. Dark.
Yeah, I like to say Full Metal Jacket is the best half a movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. The second
first
half
half-
of the movie sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not into it.
Okay.
All right. Finally, question 4. Todd and Copper were the two main characters in what 1981 film?
Locked in.
Todd and Copper.
Yeah, see?
Coppers aren't going to take me.
I'm just trying to get
Oh,
you a hint.
locked in.
There you go.
Yeah, you've seen it.
Locked in.
Kels,
The Fox and the Hound.
Deva,
The Fox and the Hound.
Andy.
I've never seen that. On Copper Pond, it was the cheap knockoff.
Copper Pond. With Peter Fonda. That's weird.
Right. It was an odd movie to be sure.
And Twy.
Fox and the Hound.
It is The Fox and the Hound.
So, true story about Fox and the Hound. Disney used to make movies to make children cry.
Oh.
I went to see this movie in the theater. I was very excited. And there's a scene in the movie where, Todd and Copper were raised together, but they had to send Todd away
Mm-hmm.
because he's a fox and you can't raise him with the hunting dogs, and she just shoot him away and shoot him away and shoot him away. And little 5-year-old Davo wept openly and does not remember the rest of that movie.
It was the
Why
wept
can't they be
openly.
together? I cried so hard.
Oh.
The
So
full
sad.
body, like, injustice of the world tears that only a 5-year-old can do. I have no idea what happens in the rest of that movie still.
They all lived happily
Still.
ever after, Davo.
That's what I'm saying.
Better,
Well,
buddy.
Davo, 14-year-old me was bawling like a baby sitting in the Lion King when Mufasa died.
There you go. They hurt children. Don't even get me started about Dumbo's mom. That's just
Oh yeah,
mean.
and Bambi's
That's just-
mom.
And Bambi's mom. That's just freaking
Yeah.
mean.
Credits were still rolling when she got taken down.
Or Batman's mom. Oh, wait a minute.
I saw some photos of, like, I think it was at Comic-Con, of a couple who were dressed like Thomas and Martha Wayne, and they would run over to each Batman and lay on the ground.
That's brilliant.
That is so good.
If they're listening to this show, great work. I don't
Keep
know.
How
it
many
up.
pearl necklaces did that poor woman go through that day?
I'm telling you.
All right. At the end of category 2, Andy has 35, Davo 40, Twy 45, Kells 55. So that brings us to category 3, which is metal music.
Come on.
Man.
And in this case, it's actually just about heavy metal music. It's not, don't look for metals in the names in the questions.
Oh.
She wrote this specifically for Davo.
Rap.
You needed a layup category.
Like, we have had movies like 300 times, dude. I don't want to hear it.
I'm the only person that watches movies. Yep.
Yeah, I was
You're the
gonna
only
say,
person who watches movies like you do.
You still have a VCR, Dave.
Oh, come on. Hardly the time to bring that up.
Are you watching your Disney VHSs?
No, my
You got the
original Star Wars
clamshell
before
joints.
Lucas screwed them all up.
God, I never thought about that. I should have kept my VHS box set.
I still have mine, buddy.
I had mine until relatively recently. Like, I think I got rid of it 5-10 years ago.
You got rid of it?
I think I did.
Those are getting collectible again.
But wait,
I
do you
know.
have a TV that can play the VCR?
No, hence
No.
I got rid of it.
You're thinking too hard about this, Twy. It's the principle behind the matter.
Mhm.
It's a value.
I have proof that he messed it up. Me and 17 million other people.
Question 1. Peace Sells, But Who's Buying is the second studio album by what American thrash metal band?
Locked in.
Come on, man.
Really?
At least
is how
take
I
some
feel.
time.
This is how I feel every February. Every February. So just let me have this.
Piece of
You guys lock in
trash.
3.2 seconds, and I go, oh, man, come on.
All right. I'm like,
My limited knowledge of metal bands. Let's see. Locked in.
All right. We'll start with Andy.
Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Slayer.
Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Angus Young.
Twy,
AC/DC.
Kells,
and Terror.
Ooh, yeah.
and Davo.
Megadeth.
Correct answer is Megadeth.
So when they came up with the band name, they were shooting for a wider audience then?
Question 2. If you drop a letter from this band's name that was founded in 1981 in Arlington, Texas, you get the name of a restaurant where you can get some loaded baked potato soup.
Locked in.
Loaded baked potato. Locked in.
Locked in.
All right, I just have to figure out who the hell makes loaded potato soup.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
Andy, you've never had soup from La Zeppelin?
The finest loaded baked potato you can ever have. The Zeppelin.
I am. I am locked in.
May I interest you in the Stairway to Heaven cocktail? You can drink until the levee breaks.
I like how you went full Lumiere for it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Twy.
Pantera.
Oh.
Kels.
Andy's old.
That was great. Oh.
Pantera.
Deva.
Pantera.
Andy.
Olive Dungeon.
So Kels,
Olive
if you're,
Dungeon would be a good name, wouldn't it?
sure. Kels, if your plan was to answer Pantera for every question, I think that was derailed just now.
Yeah, it did. I appreciate it though. I'll take
But
the
thanks,
points.
Question 3. Name the band based on the original members. Joe Elliott, Pete Willis, Steve Clark, Rick Savage, and Tony Kenning.
Locked in.
I think I'm locked in.
Mm.
Like that.
Yeah. Props to my brother Chris for knowing this.
Locked in.
We'll start with Kels.
Say Iron Maiden.
Deva.
Def Leppard.
Andy.
Def Leppard.
And Twy.
Def Leppard.
Correct
Def
answer is
Leppard.
Def Leppard.
Okay.
Maybe questionable if to say that they're a metal
I would
band,
not put
but
them in a metal category.
No. Hair metal. They're 80s hair
Oh.
metal to be sure, but they're not heavy metal. Not even close. They're pop metal.
Yeah.
Well, the Wikipedia article says they established themselves as part of the new wave of British heavy metal of the early 1980s.
Unless their
But-
earlier stuff was
No.
more
I've
metal than
listened-
Photograph.
Thanks to my brother, I've listened to all of Def Leppard, and no, there wasn't a honest metal stage to that band.
But it was pretty metal that the guy kept drumming after his accident.
It's pretty hardcore.
It was pretty awesome.
Question 4. Ozzy rose to fame with Black Sabbath and then became a reality TV sensation when his life was chronicled on MTV. For 4 points each, name his 3 kids that he shares with Sharon.
Oh,
3.
I only know two.
Yeah, I didn't know there were 3.
I only know
I
two.
only know 2.
I'm going to lock in with my 2.
I'm locked in.
Breaking the law. Breaking the law. Breaking
There
the
was
law.
another kid. She didn't like being on the show. What was her name?
That's the
The
question.
smart one?
Osmeralda.
Locked in.
Okay. Devo.
Jack and Kelly are the only 2 I know.
Andy.
Jack, Kelly, and Scrappy Doo.
Scrappy Doo Osborne.
Twy.
Jack and Kelly.
And Kels.
Jack, Kelly, and Lisa.
The correct answer is Jack, Kelly, and Amy.
Oh, that's right.
Amy.
Amy declined to be on the show because she thought she might get typecast and she was working on her own musical career at the time. And so
Ah.
you can imagine how well that's turned out.
How's that going for you?
Did you say that in the voice of the dude from B-52?
It just kind of happened. But on occasion, Fred Schneider will just pop out.
All right. At the end of category 3, Andy has 53. Kels and Twy have 73. And Devo has 78. So how about some TV shows?
I like TV shows.
Question 1. What 1960s TV show has the following line in its theme song? oil that is black gold Texas tea?
Locked in.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Twy,
The Beverly Hillbillies.
Andy,
The Beverly Hillbillies.
David,
Beverly Hillbillies.
and Kels.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
That is, of course, the correct answer. Question 2. What Nickelodeon show featured the hijinks of the residents of Camp Anawana?
Locked in.
Locked in.
Locked in. Total guess.
I can only think of Hey Dude, and it's not Hey Dude.
Hey, dude.
No.
Dude, 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 dude. Dude, dude, dude.
Oh, Locked In.
Dude, 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 dude. Dude, dude, dude.
Dude, 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 dude.
Dude, 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 dude.
What's that?
I want to do the dude na 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 part. In the 7 minutes fade out.
Okay, let's start with Andy.
Rugrats.
Deva,
Salute your shorts.
Kels,
Salute your shorts.
Twy.
Salute Your Shorts.
Correct answer is Salute Your Shorts. Question 3. What TV show follows the cases of a female private detective who partners with a former thief who assumes the role of a fictitious detective in the business?
Locked in.
You just faded out there. Are we okay? What happened?
Did I?
What's happening? Who assumes the phone?
I heard it.
I didn't. Can you repeat that, please?
Locked in, baby.
What TV show follows the cases of a female private detective who partners with a former thief who assumes the role of a fictitious detective in the business?
Okay, I'm locked in.
And I did not know that's what this show was about
Neither did I.
because I have never seen it.
Me either.
Locked In.
I'm locked in.
Deva,
Remington Steele.
Kels,
Rizzolian Isles.
Twy,
My Life is Murder.
and Andy.
Remington Steele.
It is Remington Steele.
Really?
She couldn't get work because nobody would hire a female detective because it was the 80s.
Oh,
So she created the
Chris
fictitious
Brosnan.
Remington Steele, and she was supposedly the assistant, but the joke was he was an idiot and she was brilliant. I might have seen all of them.
Wow.
Because you locked in fast.
It was the early 80s. There were like 6 television shows.
You could have been watching Simon and
I
Simon.
was right there with
I
you.
watched
but
that too,
I managed
baby.
to miss that one.
Yeah.
That always seemed like a grown-up show, and I didn't care about it. And question 4. What TV cooking competition shows competitors going up against culinary juggernauts where they have 1 hour to prepare dishes based on a secret ingredient?
Locked in.
Locked in.
There's too many cooking shows in my brain.
Yeah. I'm locked in.
Locked In. This isn't right, but Locked In.
Okay. We'll start with Kels.
Is that Iron Chef?
Oh,
What?
crap. Top Chef.
Andy,
The British Hell's Kitchen Bake Off Dancing with the Cook.
I'd watch that.
Deva.
Iron Chef.
Correct answer is Iron Chef.
You don't want to be amazed. Watch the Japanese one before it became Iron Chef America.
Mhm.
Their secret ingredients were bananas.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem such a big deal.
Well,
No.
Make a sundae. I mean,
that seems
I
easy.
came up with a cream pie.
make some
Make
cereal
what?
and just cut it up. And
There you're done. There was one where the secret ingredient was squid ink,
Squid Ink.
God, the sweet.
and you had to incorporate it into everything. So a dude made squid ink ice cream for dessert.
Oh, God.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, didn't go well.
I've seen squid ink pasta. I've never had it.
I've heard that's good, but you know, your face, your shirt, your teeth, all black. You know, no way.
All right. At the end of category 4. Andy has 73 points. Twy, 93. Kells, 103. Devo, 118.
Oh yeah, we had that whole heavy metal category.
Yeah. Before we stop talking about ingredients, I have a question I wanted to ask you guys. I wasn't sure if I was going to ask you or not, but I've decided I'm going to ask you. The other day, Wendy went to the store and she bought my usual deodorant, except she made a mistake, and she brought home what I didn't even know they still made, Old Spice Classic.
Oh,
Spice Classic.
yeah.
It literally says on the container, if your grandfather hadn't worn this, you wouldn't be here.
Nice.
And, I didn't have any choice. It's the only deodorant I have. So I started using it. And actually, I quite enjoy it. But then it suddenly dawned on me, we still haven't had the ceremony yet where we have handed over the high karate to Kells.
We have not.
It's Wendy's birthday coming up. And I wonder, do I dare go into the birthday party wearing the Old Spice Classic and the high karate? Or is that playing with fire?
That literally
it's
it's highly combustible.
Right.
If there's gonna be candles on the cake. No. You keep your ass
Point made.
down
All
in the
right.
shed.
I'm going to give this some more thought. Perhaps maybe some fire retardant suit.
Yeah.
Might be
If you got a fire
appropriate.
extinguisher nearby, you're good to go. But
One thing I suspect the Old Spice Classic shares with the high karate. I haven't tried the high karate yet, but the Old Spice Classic does burn a little when applied.
yeah, no.
And
That's because you got soft hands like all these youngins today. You did.
If we got Andy a polyester leisure suit, he might actually travel back in time.
Welcome to 1973, Andrew McBride.
well, I currently smell like 1973.
Dude, you smell like 1953.
I do.
All right. Category 5 is history.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I don't think there's really any American history here.
Well, then it's not history.
Wow.
Question 1. Who was Israel's first female prime minister?
Ooh, lock. I want to make sure I get this.
I'm
Locked
excited.
in.
So
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
Okay. Sorry, Andy.
Golda Meir.
Golda Meow. What?
Meir.
Deva.
Golda Meir.
Kels.
Golda Meir.
And Twy.
Go to my ear.
It is Golda Meir. Question 2. Ora y plata is the motto of what state?
Wait, say it again.
I'm not pronouncing it correctly because I don't speak Spanish, but it's oro y plata. Oroyplata.
I'm locked in.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Okay. Deva?
I thought New Mexico, but I think they're the land of enchantment. So I went with Nevada.
Kels?
Ooh. Say Montana.
Son of a.
Twy?
It's Montana. I think I posted this as question of the day on Discord.
Andy?
Rats. I went with Arizona.
It is Montana.
Dang it. Combo
Is that where they get up on the ladders?
breaker. No.
Oh,
Question 3. There was an unidentified prisoner of state during the reign of Louis XIV of France. What is he better known as today?
locked in.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I was going to make that joke.
Kels?
That was going to be my parenthetical.
The man in the iron mask.
Twy?
The Man in the Iron Mask.
Andy.
Man in the Iron Mask.
And Deva.
The Man in the Iron Mask.
That is correct. Question 4. What historical period lasting from approximately 3,300 to 1,200 BC followed the Stone Age?
Locked in.
Locked in.
Locked in?
Twy?
This Bronze Age?
Andy?
Bronze Age.
Deva?
Bronze Age.
And Kels.
Bronze Age.
Is the Bronze Age. After category 5, Andy has 103, Twy 133, Kels 143, and Deva 148. Which brings us to our final category, which is medals, or maybe more technically awards. So again, don't look for a name of a medal in the question or the answer. For 5 points each, name the 2 most well-known awards for children's literature.
Oh, God bless.
Oh, yeah. I got this.
We've had this before.
Yep.
And there's always the one I forget, which is where's my Post-it? Damn it. It's not on the Post-it.
I'm locked in.
Locked in.
I can only think of one.
I can only think of one as well.
Locked in.
Yeah, I'm locked in.
All right, let's start with Deva.
Caldecott, and I don't know the other one.
Kels.
Caldecott and Newberry.
Twy.
I can only think of Newberry.
Andy.
I have down just Newberry.
Correct answers are Newberry and Caldecott. So Kels got them both. Everybody else got one of the 2. Question 2. What medal, which is often considered the mathematical equivalent of the Nobel Prize, is granted every 4 years to outstanding mathematicians under the age of 40?
Mm.
Oh.
It was given to such luminaries as Lars Alfers, Kunihiko Kodiara, Renee Tom,
Oh, that one got it for me. Locked in.
Alexander Grothendieck,
Oh, I feel even better about my answer.
Yeah, I'm locked in.
Locked in.
David Mumford.
Ooh. Of Mumford and Sons?
I think it's a different Mumford.
Locked in.
Cousin.
All right, let's start with Devo.
For some reason, I had the James Beard Prize. So I don't know.
Okay, so that's your answer?
Yeah.
Kels.
The Kia NBA MVP.
Twy.
The Numbers Award.
You do numbers good.
And Andy.
The Goyadsma medal, which is an acronym for get off your ass and do some math.
I like it. If it's not a thing, it should be a thing.
Should be a thing.
Well,
Just invented
sleeping
it.
can be fun too. Sweet, 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 sweet. Sweet, sweet.
This one scares me. There's a panic in her voice.
It's a trance.
And then it goes into like some dark LSD trip.
I know why she's doing that, Andy.
Okay.
No, because my niece heard you say that on one episode. She sounds like she's in a panic. So it goes back to My Little Pony. And I think she said that's Twilight Sparkle, who's like the nerd, and she's like real neurotic. And so they try to get her to do other stuff, and she doesn't know what fun is because she's learning magic. So that's all she wants to do. So sweeping can be fun too.
Okay.
So that's where that comes from.
Oh,
I got that.
But that's a lie.
I mean, Neil, it's a TV show about flying magical ponies. I mean,
Yeah, but you still can't go around teaching kids that sweeping is fun.
The rules are the rules, damn it.
The correct answer is the Fields Medal.
Oh, crap. I didn't know that.
Rats.
That's James.
Yeah.
That's Goodwill Hunting, right?
It probably was mentioned in that movie, yeah. And Devo, the Beard Award is the James Beard Award is for cookerizing.
I've been watching a lot of cooking shows lately.
Question 3. There are 3 films that have won 11 Oscars, the most for any film. Name them for 4 points each.
Ooh.
I'm locked in.
I think I know.
Well, we've already mentioned The Wiz.
Snub, Danny. Just snub.
I know. Diana Ross's most dramatic role.
Not my agony.
I'm locked in. I'm not.
I'm
I'm locked in with 2.
locked in.
Okay. Let's start with Twy.
Lord of the Rings and Titanic.
Can you be more specific?
The boat sinking movie.
What did the boat hit?
Well, he couldn't get on the damn door.
No, there were 3 Lord of the Rings movies. Which one are we talking about?
Oh crap. Pick one. Pick the right one.
You pick one.
Pick the right one. Damn.
I don't know, pick one. The first, second, or third, Twy.
The third one. What was the third one?
Return of the King.
Okay, let's go with that. Return of the King.
Wow, y'all. What the hell?
Wait a minute. What just happened there?
I just asked her to be more specific. I didn't say anything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Andy.
Well, it's definitely Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, Titanic. I'm guessing Gone with the Wind. I don't know a third one.
Devo.
Gone with the Wind, Titanic, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
Nice.
Kels.
I feel good.
I went with Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, Titanic, and I went with Sound of Music, and I have been her in parentheses.
Well, let's see.
I have Color Purple in parentheses. Just because.
Wow.
Because it lost like 11
Just-
times.
Because it lost so many times.
Never forget. Never forget.
So Gone with the Wind won 10 awards out of 13 nominations. I don't know how many Sound of Music did.
God, who
But
was
I do
slacking
know-
on Gone with the Wind that they missed out on that one? An Oscar.
I do know that Ben-Hur did get 11.
It was the first one.
Ben-Hur, Titanic, and The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
You know, the third one. Pick it.
Yeah.
That was all Kels. I didn't. say
I
anything.
know.
Okay. I mean, I would have accepted 1, 2, or 3. Probably. From Twy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, just pick a number.
All right. Question 4. What is the aptly named prize that was awarded each year from 1997 to 2022 by the British Plain English campaign for a baffling comment by a public figure?
I don't know anything about this, but I definitely want to look into it now.
Hmm.
Plain English.
I wonder why they stopped doing it.
I'm locked in. I have no idea.
I'm locked in.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Okay. Let's start with Andy.
The what? Metal.
Deva.
The WTF award.
The Kells.
I said
Did you say the Kells?
I did say the Kells. I don't know why. I was hoping nobody would notice.
But you got the Kells.
Said a flubby.
Ooh.
And Twy.
The Say What Award.
Sweet, sweet and flow. Sweet, sweet and flow. Sweet, sweet and flow.
Quick answer is the Foot and Mouth Award.
Oh.
Oh, I've heard of that.
There's some I'll give you some examples.
Dang.
2000s award was won by Alicia Silverstone for saying, I think that Clueless was very deep. I think it was deep in the way that it was very light. I think lightness has to come from a very deep place if it's true lightness.
Whoa.
Wow.
Hmm.
My nose is bleeding.
And then a couple of years later, Richard Gere said, I know who I am. No one else knows who I am. If I was a giraffe and someone said I was a snake, I'd think, no, actually, I'm a giraffe.
He's got a point.
Are these people high?
What is going on with me?
All right. At the end of our regular rounds, here are our scores. Andy, 116. Twy, 146. Kells, 161. Davo, also 161.
What?
And I forgot about the East German judge.
I'm very disappointed that the East German judge did not make a single
I forgot about it
appearance.
Totally forgot
I did not
about
forget. I was afraid if I did it, I would get hit. So
was
it was
waiting on
mutually assured
something
destruction on my part.
I remembered it at the start of this
War
category.
games.
And
So did I. Was waiting to get hit. Like two or
Yeah.
I was waiting.
Sudden death.
the third one.
Sudden death category, the periodic table.
Are you absolutely
What?
kidding me right
Sort
now?
of.
Be
So-
careful here.
These are all about metals on the periodic table. But it's not about the periodic table.
Try to
It's
throw
just
in my
general.
score
It's just
sheet,
general.
bro.
Just go with it. It'll be fun.
Oh God.
Just go with it.
All right.
Question 1. What is the nickname of the USS Constitution?
Locked on. Locked in.
Locked on.
Yeah.
Fire when ready.
I am so tired.
Locked in.
Locked in.
I'm locked in.
All right, let's start with Kells.
Old Ironsides.
Deva,
Old Ironsides.
Andy,
Old Ironsides.
and Twy.
Old Ironsides.
It is Old Ironsides. Fun fact, not actually made out of iron. Question 2. What is the name of the region in Northern California that is the home to many technology and innovative companies?
Locked in.
Locked in.
Locked in?
Get this wrong. Dave goes on another run and he puts it out.
He's about 50 ahead of you right now overall.
I could be a spoiler tonight.
Locked in.
Devo,
Silicon Valley.
Andy,
Silicon Valley.
Twy,
Silicon Valley.
and Kells.
Silicon Valley.
Correct answer is Silicon Valley.
It's an HBO show, right?
Mhm.
It's not HBO. It's like AMC or something like that. But it is a show.
I
was
thought
it
it was
HBO?
HBO.
No,
Where
I
is
think
it?
it's Apple.
Oh.
Regardless, it is a TV show. Yes.
Okay.
Where's it set?
Napa.
Your mama's house.
Don't you talk about my mama. Question 3. You have probably taken bismuth subacylate, but it is primarily known under what more common name?
Locked in.
Sorry, I probably pronounced that wrong. It's bismuth subsalicylate.
You sound like Lucy right now.
Locked in.
Salicylate.
Vita 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 Vegemin.
Bismuth subsalicylate.
Locked in.
Salicylate? That's why I'm not a scientician.
Oh, that's why?
A scientist.
I have all those big words. Everybody locked in? Let's
Mhm.
start with Andy.
Pepto Bismol.
Twy,
Pepto Bismol.
Kels,
Pepto Bismol.
and Devo.
Pepto Bismol.
That is correct. Question 4. You've probably CC'd someone on an email recently. What does CC stand for?
Locked in.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Twy,
Carbon copy.
Kels,
Carbon copy.
Devo,
Carbon copy.
Andy.
I literally remember my dad doing this on a typewriter with a carbon paper in between, carbon copy.
Yeah. Question 5. What 1944 movie stars Cary Grant, who learns on his wedding day that his unmarried aunts are habitual murderers?
Locked in?
Ooh.
Locked in.
That's happened to all of us at some
Yeah.
point.
This has popped up on this show quite a few times.
Oh, locked in.
I'm also locked in.
Okay. Let's start with Kells.
Arsenic and Old Lace.
Devo?
Arsenic and Old Lace.
Andy?
Arsenic and Old Lace.
Twy?
Arsenic and Old Lace.
You are all correct again. Question 6. What cable TV station show rotation is primarily true crime shows, including Snapped?
Locked in.
Oh. Locked in.
Oh, maybe I'm locked in.
Locked in.
Devo?
I didn't have it. I said the ID channel.
Andy?
I'm totally guessing based on the theme. Oxygen Channel?
Twy?
Davo, I too was stuck on the ID channel, and then I thought about it. That's not on the periodic table. It's oxygen.
Kells?
Oxygen. Wait.
Oxygen.
Wait.
It's not a metal, buddy. but
It's not a
on the
metal, and we
periodic
were.
table.
Jeez. What? Come up with oxygen? Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, the theme for the sudden death is a periodic table, not metals.
Yeah.
Oh, I was stuck. Motherfucker.
Kells?
Oxygen.
God
Correct answer
damn it.
is ID. No, oxygen.
Oh.
Well, if
For
it's
the remainder of this episode, the voice of Dave will be played by
so, Devo, if it's any consolation, these last 4 questions are all dealing with chemical symbols.
Great, I'm out.
It doesn't help because Kells knows his periodic table.
Question 7. If you take these symbols for number 11 or 22 and 11, you get the first name of the woman who asked, "What's love got to do with it?" What are those 2 elements?
Locked in.
I'm locked in.
I can't believe this, am I?
It's going to go up in.
What's your answer, Andy?
Tina Turner asked that question, so I'm going to say tin and aluminum.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
Excellent
knew
options.
Uh-oh.
Twy?
Titanium and sodium.
Kells?
Titanium and sodium.
Correct answers are titanium and sodium.
This game.
Yeah. So every time you do that, Andy, you got to stop.
I know.
I was really rooting for you because I thought you sounded so confident.
Oh, I was so excited.
Oh, man. I'm just going to put my head
Well,
up.
Andy, at least you didn't go out first this time.
Right.
That's
Wow,
right.
is that?
You made up 10 points. You made up 10 points on Devo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now you're only like 190 points down.
Okay.
Question 8. If you take the symbol.
Hate this.
Question 8. If you take the symbols of elements 17, 18, and 19, you get the last name of both a famous suspense author and a country musician who hosted a TV show. What are those 3 elements?
I always forget Waylon Jennings filled in for Donahue.
Donahue.
It was awkward. He would just walk through the audience and stick a bottle of Jack in people's faces rather than the microphone. So it didn't really work out.
What do you think about street crime in Chicago?
Big get off of this.
I don't know what possessed me to do it, but I recently rewatched the episode of Geraldo where he had the young hate mongers on, and somebody
broke his
threw a chair
nose?
and broke his nose.
Oh.
That was so much fun. Seeing Geraldo get his nose broken.
Smashed. It got wrecked.
Locked in?
Locked in.
Kels.
Chlorine argon, potassium.
Twy.
I said Clark because I thought you said your symbols.
Yeah, but I need to know what the elements
chlorine, argon, and potassium.
are. It is Mary Higgins Clark and Roy Clark. And so that gets you chlorine, which is Cl, argon Ar, and potassium is K. Okay. All right. Question 9. If you take the symbol for the first element and add the symbol for the last element, you get the stock ticker symbol for what transportation related company?
This is where I go out.
I feel like I should have drank more Ovaltine so I could have had my decipher ring to understand these last few questions.
I'm locked in.
Oh, I think I got it. I'm locked in.
Okay. Kels?
Harley Davidson.
Twy?
Oh,
Harley Davidson.
Okay.
nice.
How'd you get there, Twy?
I knew the first one was H, and I just went through transportation companies that started with the H. And I thought about Harley, and I think their sticker thing is HOG because it's a hog. So,
And Kels, what's 118?
Is Oganesson?
Yeah, Aganesson or something like that.
So I knew it was hog, and I was like, transportation related.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic that it wasn't synthesized until 2002, but it's actually the OG element.
You've been waiting all night to
see what I did there?
And it was worth it. It was worth it.
All right, question 10. Spell sensei in elemental abbreviations.
Spell sensei. Oh.
nope, I'm out.
Let me see if I can. I'm locked in.
Okay. That's why you're really out.
I'm out.
Okay. Kels?
Sulfur, Einsteinium, selenium, and iodine.
Huh, hang on. That is not what I have, but
No, that's not
Einsteinium is yes.
Oh, God.
So the correct answer is selenium, nitrogen, selenium, iodine.
Oh, I hadn't figured it out. Well done.
Nice try, though. All right, so that means that our final scores are Andy with 176, Davo 211, Twy 236, and Kels 251. So our tournament scores are Andy with 727, Twy 866, Kels 949, and Davo 967.
Close the gap.
So we have a difference of 18 points separating Kels from Davo in first place.
Good game, Kels. Very good game.
Thanks, buddy.
One game
it's
left.
tight. It's close. It's close.
Very.
Well, thank you once again, Lee, for an outstanding tournament. My hands are sweaty.
Knees weak.
Mom spaghetti, all that stuff. And anybody out there who would like to send us a quiz, or as Lee has, an entire tournament, or a question, or if they just have a comment, you can send those to neil@brainladle.com, and he will check them out. And if you have a good question, we'll read it on the show, much like Eugene's question, which we truly appreciate it. So from all of us here at the Brain Ladle Trivia Podcast, I am your MC Davo with Kels.
Michael, but bigger than U.S. Steel.
Andy.
So long, Ladle Brainers.
Twy.
Good night.
And the Sensei Neil.
So I worked with LB5K to put together a little medley because we couldn't find a single song just one song that represented how we wanted to end this. So it was a little bit longer than usual, but I hope you'll enjoy it.
Sister golden hair surprise.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my time, but I've been told to never come back from Copperhead Road. On the bloody morning of time, one tin soldier rides away.
Silver bell, silver bell.
Man, don't you know it'd be hard to stop when I find that big uranium rock. Money, money, honey, the kind you fold. Money, money, honey, rock and roll. Break it in, bail it up like hay. Have a rocking good time and throw it all away.
Wow. That was great.
Nicely done.
Well done.
Signing off.
Boy, that Davo sure is salty. Hi, I'm Brain Ladle's Andy McBride. Do you remember those crisp autumn days crunching through the leaves on your way home from school? Do you remember filling your hat with delicious wild strawberries that tasted of sunshine? Do you remember every time Davo took the Lord's name in vain or said, fuck? I do. I keep track. He will pay. Bleeps aren't cheap, and Davo continues to open his dumpster mouth. Help us, won't you? For the cost of a cup of coffee, we can make sure that children will never be subjected to the boy potty mouth again. Patreon supporters can be a guest on the show. You can take part in our conversation on our Discord channel, and you can get a chance to listen to special Patreon-only episodes. Please think of the children. Let them lead the way, and give them a sense of pride. Brain Ladle out.
I just realized I don't have my score sheet ready, so let me just do that real quick while you all wait patiently.
You had one job.
Wow.
Man,
That was cold, too.
I mean, I've
That's
got
from the
got
back
a few
of the
jobs
auditorium,
actually.
too.
I got to read all the dumb rules. I gotta yeah, edit the quizzes.
You didn't
gotta-
write the quiz.
You don't think I go through these things with a fine-tooth comb to make sure that there aren't any glaring errors. The subtle errors I leave in. The glaring ones I get rid of. Okay, yeah, you're right. I only had one job.
Just fell apart.
I'll take it. Did anybody else ever think how dumb it was that they make everybody who goes to Hogwarts go to London so that they can get on a train and then go up to Scotland?
What the hell?
What about the people who like already live in Edinburgh, for example? They have to go all the way down to
I'm local
to London.
I can see
can't get there
Hogwarts
from
from my
Scotland?
house. Why do I need to go down to London?
Hogwarts made a contract with British Rail, and they couldn't get out of it.
I mean, there could be kids that live in Hogsmeade, for God's sake. They could commute, right?
They don't have to live in that stupid
They don't have
house
to
with
live on
codes
campus.
and bullshit. They just go home.
I'd like to live somewhere where the undead aren't visiting me while I'm eating. Delete. Delete.
Hard delete.
Delete.
Hard delete.
Hey, man, already over.
It's one of those times where Wendy will come in. How long have you been working on that? About an hour? How much you got done? About 2 minutes?
The preceding podcast was presented by Brain Ladle Productions. All rights reserved.
Sure, come get this baby.